Markets pulling back today, as you can see there, after the S&P and Dow set new record highs. So where do stocks go from here, and where should you put your money now? Let's bring in Nadine Terman, CEO of Solstein Capital. Nadine, you saw the red numbers on the screen, but it's a streak that's broken to the upside. What exactly are your thoughts right now about whether the market is the place to buy? And if so, what types of companies, what types of industries?
Don, thanks for having me. It's really about positioning. If you look at where implied volatility and realized volatility has been, which we do through the options market and key positions around the world, you can see the surface implied volatility. And then when you look out further in the future, it's very complacent. So what it means is that people are not paying as much for protection as they were a month ago. So that should give you a little bit of a red or yellow flag, I would say, versus the last 2 Mondays of the stock market going up. But we still do see lots of pockets of opportunity. So it's not to say that you can't invest. You just have to be a little bit more selective.
All right, so tell me more. Where? I mean, is it like a Tesla? Is it like an Amazon? Is it in the small caps, the growth space? Is the value rotation coming back for real this time? I don't know.
You know, you saw the quick move. You know, we wrote about it to our investors in mid-October that there'd be a small cap rally. Well, that happened. So I'd be careful playing that from here. But where are great opportunity zones? One is China. We've been long China for a few months now. Whether it's China tech, the China consumer, or China the country, there's lots of ways to play it for your viewers. You could do it through ETFs. One is CHIQ, that's the consumer. You could do KBA, which is broad China, and then KWEB is China tech. So JD is a position that you're showing now. We've been long Pinduoduo. So when those are dislocating after a huge run, as it was in Pinduoduo today, we'd be picking up some of those dollars left on the floor.
Nadine, it's Guy. Thanks for being here. What about some of the casino stocks that have exposure, like a Macau, for example? Does the Las Vegas Sands make sense at these levels?
You know, it does. I think you have to trade around it because they are shedding their U.S. assets. I think that's a strategy to appease the Chinese government and to be able to get the registrations, the licenses they need. But China is having a huge effort to connect Hong Kong, which is the financial capital, with China, the mainland, and also, as you mentioned, Macau, which is the entertainment center. So we believe the China consumer is very strong right now, and you're going to see significant improvement. It could be LVS, as you mentioned, so Las Vegas Sands, Melco. There's other positions there abroad, too, that should benefit.
All right. Nadine Terman, Solstein Capital, thank you very much. Great to get your thoughts. You'll have to join us again soon. Thank you. All right, Dan Nathan, I'm interested because China has been kind of put on the, I mean, as much as it can be put on the back burner. We were talking trade war for months and months and months on end until COVID. Is China the place to be, given what we've seen over the last several months?
Well, listen, Tim has been saying that for the last several months, so I give him a lot of credit there. It's been a massive breakout. He's been talking about it a lot. I'll just mention this, that Alibaba today closed on the low of the day. It's down about 20% from its all-time high just made last October. It looks like it's got another 10% down to its breakout level from early July. But if you think that they've dealt with the virus better and they basically have reopened and you think the Chinese consumer is okay, that's probably one that you can start picking at on its way back to that 230, 235 level, because to me, that's probably the best consumer in the world right now to bet on, given where they are versus the virus to us right here.
So, Karen, we're showing now charts of Alibaba. We did show during Nadine's segment, Pinduoduo, JD.com, also C Limited. Is there a particular favorite you have with regard to taking a view on that China trade?
Well, I have Alibaba. It's actually a fairly big position, so I find myself in the unusual position of agreeing with every word that Dan just said. So I like Alibaba right here. I bought some higher than here. So that was before the Ant Financial, which I do think is a real hit to value. Is it this much of a hit? I don't think so.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.